Gemini. This is a reading that may resonate with you if you happen to have Gemini in your sun, moon, rising, or Venus dominant in your natal chart. If you happen to be cross-watching for a Gemini, you have Gemini in your 7th house, then this reading may resonate for you. Keep in mind as you listen to this reading, Gemini, that this reading is general. What this means is that not every single thing mentioned in this reading may be a fact. There might be certain things that may resonate now, and there may be some things that may resonate later. So I encourage you to always listen to the reading with an open mind. Some of you Geminis, I'm not speaking to you at all. This may actually not be a reading. So I encourage you to have the discernment and the discretion to know kind of early on, the difference. Be careful about rushing to make rash decisions based on a general reading. If you would like a reading based on your own personal energy, I do offer personal readings, and you can book one on my website, which happens to be angelicascensionstarot.com. Lastly, Gemini, we're guaranteed going to go over some topics that you might feel are sensitive. If you're not in the headspace to hear about sensitive topics, you might want to go ahead and click off. You might want to skip this one. Otherwise, those of you who are ready to dive into this with me, we've got some channeled messages today, Gemini. Lakeshore Drive, the name Navid, the names Judy and Sandy, Ohio, Wi-Fi Jammer, Valvoline, The Simpsons. It could be talking about the cartoon. It could be talking about simply a family with the last name Simpson. It could be relevant. The name Warren, Satakoy, Marietta, California, O'Reilly Auto Parts, Dextromethasone, Marlboro, seeing Jason on the weekend. They will make you sign an affidavit. Pacific Coast Highway, Stolen U-Haul, Nystagmus, the name Page, the name Lee, Hedgehog Cheese, Imperial, Empire, Rehab, the name Joshua. They're named after a planet. So for example, somebody's name could be Mars. It could be a nickname. Somebody's name could be Pluto or whatever. You get my gist. You get the gist of what I'm saying. Make your dreams a reality. Gwinnett County, Auburn. What is the name of that song? Paranoia, Paranoia, Everybody's Coming to Get Me is the lyrics to that song. If that makes sense to you, look it up. But that song specifically is relevant to you, possibly, or someone around you. Dewan, the name Dewan, New Dimension, Harbor Freight, Tokyo Drift, State with the Worst Drivers, the name Sebastian, the word Zen, the name Wendy, Lubbock, Texas, Jaden, Aisha, Beaumont, Texas. They work in the penitentiary, the name Delilah, Oil Leak, Good Omen. All right, with that aside, let's get into it. Gemini Nation, let's see what's going on for you over the next 7 days. As soon as I open the deck, wow. You're concerned about a legal situation. It seems like you're worried about something. Some of you Geminis, maybe you do some sort of divination. Maybe you're doing some spell work to maybe reverse a legal situation, or maybe you're doing so to make it work out in your favor. If so, this looks like something may definitely go well for you. Gemini or cross-watcher, you've got a Scorpio heavily in your energy this week. Something could be going on with home. This whole legal situation could have something to do with your home life, and it could also affect children. It seems like this week there could be communication coming in. You also had I did say you might be doing divination, Gemini. This could be somebody doing this on you. You got Justice twice. You got a Libra that's highlighted in your situation. You could be moving. You've got an Aquarius, the star is in reverse. Let's go ahead and do a full shuffle. You might be noticing birds around you. Maybe you sing, Gemini. You could possibly be a songbird. You could be connecting with someone that has a bird name such as dove, robin, jay, sparrow, hawk. These names can be relevant in some sort of way. Hawk, Hawkings. owl. An owl could be relevant to you in some sort of way. You do magic. Use your powers for good, Gemini. I know that, everything is not all love and light for everyone, but if I know, I can't tell you how to live your life. I just see somebody getting hurt, and I see magic kind of coming back to bite somebody in the toes. Gemini, you're moving. That might be the legal situation that maybe you're facing this week. What's going on, Holy Spirit, with Geminis? You got someone coming in to reconcile with you. This is possibly a water sign, Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio. Oh, this is definitely someone that you're not seeing eye to eye with. Careful on the road. You might be hitting some potholes. Gemini, random side note, and it may affect your car. Seems like you got some problems with your tires. There's definitely some travel that could be going on. You could possibly be traveling, especially if this is overseas. You may, something might require you to get a passport. Something might require you to get your documentation together. It seems like some of you could be concerned about student loans. Oh, you got some conflict with someone. You're catching somebody in the act, okay? Because it looks like somebody's bringing some hardcore BS to your situation, Gemini. And it doesn't look like you're going to fall for this, Gemini. There's something that somebody's trying to con you out of. Gemini, let's see what's really going on in your energy. Okay. Singles. Let's start with you today. You could possibly be meeting with someone this week, because I do see someone coming into your energy. It seems like you might be, you might have a good rapport with this person pretty quickly. Okay. It seems like you might have like a genuine sort of attraction to this person, an instant attraction. Somebody's life isn't as together as it seems. I'm trying to figure out how to put this in words. I'm looking at the cards, but I'm like, how do I verbalize this? Someone's intentions is going to be very important. So this is like your guide saying, Gemini, go slow in this situation, because there might be some important things that you might overlook if you're kind of rushing into a situation. Because like I said, you might feel an instant attraction to this person, an instant sort of comfortability level might be there. The thing is like I told you in the beginning, I see someone bringing in some BS to a particular situation. So we talked about somebody's life is not as together as it seems. I'm not bashing anyone. That's not what I'm meaning. By this, let me explain. It seems like somebody could possibly be maybe between relationships, or someone is maybe trying to figure out their relationship status. And they could possibly be bringing you in on the confusion. But in the beginning, you may not have any sort of indicators that show you that maybe this person is maybe a bit complicated, or they're in a complicated situation. This person may be very affectionate. It seems like you might be spending a lot of time with this person, maybe cuddling, maybe watching movies, maybe having some serious conversations about life. But it definitely feels that somebody is manipulative, or someone is trying to manipulate a situation. Okay, I can read this two ways. Someone is trying to manipulate a situation because for some of you Geminis, you could be the rebound. Somebody is may get into a situation rather quickly, maybe before they've even had a complete breakup with you. But they could possibly be breaking away. You might be noticing this person becoming kind of cold, kind of distant. And it seems like they're kind of, like I said, getting to know somebody. It seems like somebody's breaking away because they're realizing that their relationship is over. For some of you, or that it's coming to a conclusion. For some of you, This already happened. You've already ended this relationship. Somebody may have jumped into a situation on the rebound as a way of trying to forget about you. Somebody could be online. They could be posting. They could make it seem like their life is so perfect. Their life is so together. But really, it feels like somebody is in shambles, very emotional, thinking about you. Especially Gemini, if you cut off contact with someone. It seems like somebody is really pressed about it. Somebody is really emotional about it. But I don't think that you will ever see it written on this person's face. Some of you, somebody that might be a couple that seems very happy online, but really it seems like there's a couple that's struggling. So in some situation, whatever situation you find yourself in, but like I said, it may not be attached to you directly. This could be something that you could be observing, but somebody's life is not what it appears to be. So again, something may require a closer look because like I mentioned, somebody is BSing and somebody's definitely going to come across some sort of receipt about something. Whatever someone may find out about may be a bit frustrating for them because you may find out on the back end that somebody used you as a diversion because they kind of feel trapped in their situation, kind of cornered. Maybe they feel like maybe they have kids with somebody. And maybe this is the reason that they're kind of staying in a situation when they're really not, their heart isn't really in it any longer. Be mindful about somebody being evasive about their past, Gemini. That's definitely a red flag. So you guys are saying keep your eyes peeled for certain red flags. It's not saying be paranoid or not give somebody a genuine chance, but it is saying listen to your intuition when deciding whether or not to proceed forward with someone and get your heartstrings attached to theirs or to them or to the expectations of a situation. Just because, like I said, things in the beginning may seem a bit kind of meant to be. It just seems like somebody is thinking about possibly reconciling with someone from their past. Or for some of you, this is the person that's communicating with you this week. There's a reconciliation. Not all of you is this a romantic situation, a romantic scenario. But for some of you, you could possibly be reconnecting with family, extended family. Maybe you haven't seen family members in a minute, a friend in a minute. And it seems like you could possibly be reconnecting with people that you haven't seen in a while. But for some of you, it seems like maybe some of you, you're in a situation where there's a lot of fighting, a lot of conflict between you and someone or somebody that you're dealing with. Just kind of determine where you are in this, on the spectrum of things. If you're the one in the conflict situation or if you're the one that you're getting to know somebody. But like I said, somebody is dealing with some conflict with some right now, with someone at the moment. They're feeling confused, like I said, about their relationship status. Make sure that you're not being taken for a ride here. That you're not someone that somebody is BSing. Gemini or crosswatcher. Because it seems like maybe a relationship that you got out of or a relationship that you're still kind of somewhat entangled in, it was meant to be a blessing. It was a blessing in disguise. It came with some blessings. Maybe children came out of a previous relationship or whatever. But it seems like your guys want you to look at the blessing in a particular situation. And it seems like maybe there was something you were meant to learn and now it's time to move on to something else. For some of you, Geminis. Some of you Geminis could be getting back into a hobby. You'd be getting back into your first love. Maybe it's music. Maybe it's singing. Maybe it's painting. It's this sort of thing. It just seems like something, it seems like it's necessary to free yourself mentally because it seems like there's just a lot that's on your mind this week. So whatever is something that helps you to free your mind, you guys are saying maybe get into that, Gemini. I pulled this right before I started the reading. When I lean on certainty and faith, I change my mind about the world I see. So it feels that there's something that's going on this week, either in your energy or someone around you, that there's some uncertainty. Something's going to require you to lean on faith. You walk by faith, not by sight in this situation. You might have to kind of mind F yourself into believing that something is going to work out, when in the beginning of the week, it might feel like it's not. In the beginning of the week, it seems like you might hit some sort of an obstacle. This obstacle is temporary, but this is why your guides are saying, free your mind, Gemini, so that you can come up with a solution, because you'll never see the solution in the state of mind. They're saying you're going to make this 10 times harder for yourself, Gemini, if you stay in this state of mind. You got to free yourself of this trap, this entrapment that's going on in your mind. Like I mentioned to you, I'm going to repeat it. Something is going to require you to feel something, believe something before you see it with your physical eyes. So something's going to require you this week, Gemini or cross watcher, to push forward in the face of adversity. It may not last all week, Gemini, but it depends on the way that you handle a particular situation that kind of helps you determine how this is going to work out and how quickly this is going to work out, okay? Because like I said, you feel all alone when your spirit guides are actually here backing you and giving you guidance and giving you some sort of direction about something. But like I said, you may miss the context clues that the universe is trying to give you. Big hint, yes, because of the state of mind that you're in. Somebody passed, Gemini. Somebody passed away. You're concerned about someone's passing. You're concerned about whether or not someone that passed away is at peace. Death, yeah, 13 is death, the death card. You're thinking about this person. You're reminded of them. This could possibly be a Virgo. Maybe someone passed during Virgo season. It definitely feels like somebody's passing is on your mind. Gemini, this week it seems like you might have some family issues, some family matters to tend to. And it definitely feels like someone from the afterlife is maybe concerned about what might be going on with family this week. Someone may have passed away through an accident, or someone could have possibly passed away through old age. But I definitely see someone elderly, not necessarily elderly, but someone that might be a bit older in age that could be relevant to your situation. I mentioned to you at the top of the reading, you've got a court situation, and here once again is the confirmation. Court situations feel like they affect a child. You might be in court due to a child. This could be custody, a custody case. A child support could be relevant. Why are you in court? You might be hearing from, maybe this is not like a legal situation. Maybe you're trying to come to a compromise or an agreement with your child's other parent about something. It may have something to do about a child traveling or whatever. Not knowing. That's definitely you. There's something that you don't know about connected to a court situation. Keeping in mind, like I mentioned to you, you have justice in your reading, not once but twice. Just so far. We just started the reading, but justice, okay? Justice prevails in a particular situation, whether or not this is a spiritual battle that we're talking about, Gemini, or we're talking about something earthly, something mundane, such as your housing situation. I think that that's what this is. A housing situation may affect a child, or some of you got a legal situation that has something to do with a kid. Somebody could possibly be in jail. Someone's in jail, Gemini or crosswatcher, worried about jail time or whatever. I see someone getting released, possibly on bond. Or this is your guides really that come in to release you from a sticky situation, like I said at the beginning of the week, that you're just really worried about. There's a way out. You had a court situation that I feel is coming up. Possibly on the 19th, around the 19th could be relevant. Sagittarius could be relevant for you. And so could Aries. Ooh, okay. Yeah, you might feel blocked temporarily. Okay, I mentioned to you, communication is blocked. Oh, do you have a restraining order? Okay, maybe it's that. But maybe this is you've lost communication with your child or with a loved one possibly. And maybe it's the not knowing of what's going on. Maybe you can't get in touch with somebody. You're blocked due to some sort of circumstance or somebody blocked you. Yeah, it is due to a separation. Like I said, separation from a child, separation from whomever. Somebody is trying to quite possibly get in touch with you this week, Gemini, but it seems like somebody is prevented from talking to you. Wow. Is this justice? No. May as well be. What is this due to, Spirit guys? Is there something more? Maybe I'm missing it. Hey, Carlos, thank you for joining me for your first time here. Some of you are LGBTQ, by the way. Maybe that there's some sort of discrimination that maybe you're facing, or you feel highly judged for being you. What's going on with Gemini? This is a legal situation connected to your home, is what I feel. Okay, money has been an issue, and I think that is a worry for you. Okay, because it's the legal situation feels like it's connected to your pockets as well. So it seems like maybe your money is on hold. Your money has been held up for some sort of way, for some sort of reason. I'm sorry, I got distracted by something that I saw, but I don't want to forget this. I want to make sure that I come back to it. Something may turn around. Like I said, that may be the temporary obstacle that might be keeping you from keeping your home situation in bringing some sort of obstacle with your home. Spirit, what is going on? Somebody deleted your messages, or you're waiting for someone to get back to you. And it seems like somebody may have seen your message, Gemini or Crosswatcher. They've just chosen not to respond. There could be a delayed response to this message, Gemini or Crosswatcher, but it definitely feels like somebody could possibly be getting in contact with you. For some of you, someone could be getting in contact with you through social media or some sort of an app. Gemini, what's going on with Gemini Nation? Spirit, can you give me more insight about this court situation? You're going to be concerned about the election. I don't really like to go into detail about it's not a legal channel or whatever, or it's not legal. You get what I'm saying. I don't really like to talk about politics on here, but it's coming up in the reading as maybe this political year, you're very concerned about who may be in office. And maybe this is what this is with student loans or whatever. I don't know. But I kind of see something connected to that could be relevant. Somebody could definitely be under the weather. Somebody might have a cold, just as a random side note. Gemini. Somebody's name could be Nicholas. What's going on with court? I guess I don't have any more context. When I get more context, we'll see what else might be going on for court. Some of you, somebody may have passed away, I mentioned, so this could possibly be you tying up loose ends in connection to someone's passing. But I feel honestly that this has something to do with a document. I feel that there's something that you may need to do on time connected to court. It seems like time is of the essence with something, and it seems like the pressure is on. About maybe whether or not you can travel, whether or not you can go someplace, Gemini or cross-watcher. If there is some sort of document that you're signing over the next 7 days, especially, definitely look it over. Definitely read what you're agreeing to, or what the stipulations are, and make sure that things are even and balanced for everyone involved, Gemini. Because like I said, I feel that somebody is trying to cook up a scheme. Because it looks like there's an obstacle, a different obstacle that could be avoided by just paying attention. Because like I said, it's your state of mind that might cause you to maybe gloss over situations or not be as mentally sharp as maybe you would be if this obstacle weren't in the way. Be mindful of someone kind of that you could be involved with, someone that kind of floats back and forth between you and someone else. Because I definitely see some sort of energy such as this that could be playing out. What am I talking about? The legal situation. Some of you could be in divorce court. Maybe this is possibly why you're in separation from children or a child, because of a divorce. I say somebody bringing some BS. If this is somebody that you're in a relationship with, Gemini, they're acting like more of an op than they are a real, genuine partner. You might be eating out a lot, Gemini, this week. Oh, it seems like whatever it has been going on, it's been lasting for a while. Okay, whatever it is, whatever this obstacle is, it's getting ready to come to an end. What else do I see in your situation? Let's lay out some more cards. Gemini. Maybe there's not as much going on as I thought there was for Gemini. Usually, Gemini, the reason I say that is because I usually ask Spirit what's going on for Gemini, and there's so much that comes out in the cards. There's a lot going on in your dream state, Gemini. It definitely feels like you're going through a spiritual awakening. Your mind is broadening about a lot of different things. You're very perceptive about some people that are in your energy. You might be deciding to cut certain people off. Some certain people that may have started off with you on a particular journey. It seems like you might be deciding to maybe distance yourself from certain individuals. Random side note, Gemini, your skin might be dry. You might be dehydrated, but definitely it feels like you might have some dry skin, nails, hair, this sort of thing this week. You can expect some delays. You can expect there to be something going on with your emotions where it's just kind of hard to keep your emotions stable. Gemini, that's what it looks like to me. And you might have a pet that might be aggravating you. I don't know. That's what this looks like to me. Like you're kind of irritated, kind of aggravated with a pet. Spirit, what's going on with Gemini? You always, yeah, you do. I think you usually do have anxiety, Gemini. And this week, it seems like I said, you just have a few things that might be going on that might have your emotions all over the place. You might be feeling particularly moody. It definitely feels like you're worried about a balance that you owe. That's what's going on in court. You owe a balance to something, possibly a home. You might be selling a home, Gemini. Possibly you want to get out of a lease, or you want to get out of a money pit that you feel is a house, and you're wanting to maybe move on. Maybe you really want to travel this week, but it seems like you feel unprepared for something that's coming up or something that's in your energy this week. It may have something to do with something that maybe you really want to say, something that's just really on your mind this week, but maybe you're refraining from saying it. But it seems like your body language definitely says it for you. It seems like you are taking on the stance, Gemini. I mentioned to you, there's certain things, certain people you may be distancing yourself from. Some people may understand, others may not. I don't think you may be very Gemini is not going to be vocal about this. Maybe not. Maybe there might be certain things that you kind of keep to yourself. Yes. Random pull. You're ghosting people. People may see you as this, but maybe that's not what it really is, Gemini. Maybe this is just you asserting some boundaries when it comes to certain people. Because like I said, you may find out on the back end. And I pull a card that says deception. You may find out on the back end about somebody's true colors. It's not to say that everybody in your energy is, but there's some sort of relationship that it seems like your guides are trying to alert you to. Yes, through your intuition, you'll definitely feel it, Gemini. Your intuition is definitely becoming stronger. You're more in tune. It just seems like you might doubt yourself due to this anxiety about certain decisions that you're making. Or you're waiting for certain decisions to be made on your behalf, and that might be what has you feeling frustrated. You may come across something or someone that might be very inspirational to you, Gemini or cross watcher. Once again, trust your gut instincts. You definitely have a very dominant energy of a Leo. Or maybe that's just a dominant energy of yours. That could definitely be you. You might possibly, Gemini, be bringing something to the shop. Maybe your computer or your phone or whatever. It seems like you have an electronic device that's constantly getting messed up, broken, whatever. You might be getting something repaired. And it definitely feels like it's time to get your car serviced, Gemini. For sure. You got some physical pain or some emotional pain. The spirit said it before, the card said it here, that were telling me something about your emotions being all over the place. Because of something that might be going on for you emotionally, your guys are definitely saying find balance. You might find yourself becoming emotional in circumstances where you're not, in situations where maybe you didn't intend to become emotional. Maybe you're at work in the middle of a meeting or whatever, and you just, frustration might kind of get to you. So again, where you can maybe find some time to compose yourself. You don't always have to be composed. Let me not paint the wrong picture. You don't always have to be composed or perfect, Gemini. That's not what I'm trying to say, because sometimes it's really not like that. Sometimes your life is just not the way that you really want it to be. But it is saying, like I said, that you might be at risk because of your emotions to get kind of caught up with those emotions in situations where you, like I said, ordinarily wouldn't be. And there's nothing wrong with being emotional. There's nothing wrong with kind of sitting with your emotions and letting yourself feel what you need to feel. Okay, so I just want to make that clear. You got some good things to come. For some of you, this is coming in the form of a job, maybe a car. Because it definitely feels like some of you could possibly be looking into, I mentioned to you, you're getting your car serviced, or there's something going on with your vehicle. Maybe, like I said, you could possibly be looking into getting a new car. When it comes to your finances, it definitely feels like you're going to be looking closely at the numbers, your finances, especially when it comes to some sort of debt that you're paying back. I mentioned to you at some point, student loans. Let's see what's going on at work, Gemini. Besides you maybe speeding, trying to get to work on time or whatever. Mentioned to you that you got somebody doing some sort of spell work on you. This feels like somebody's coming to you, Gemini, on some get back. I mentioned to you at the top of the reading that maybe some of you, you do some form of divination. You do some sort of spell work or whatever. And like I said, not everything is all love and light. So if this is you and you've been doing this to someone, and there's no justifiable reason for you to kind of prey on somebody, then it definitely, I told you at the top of the reading that I see the spirit guides coming down on somebody's head for some sort of evil intentions that somebody is bringing to the situation. But also at the top of the reading, I was saying that maybe you're doing some sort of work to fix or mitigate a legal situation. It seems like if this is something that you're doing, you're going to see, even if this is prayer, whatever you believe in. Yeah. But it definitely feels like something is going to clear up for you. Before you move on, though, Gemini, like if this is you moving, literally picking up and moving your space to someplace else, it seems like there's something that you may need to clear up before you move on. And your guides are helping you work this out. There's some sort of gift that you have, Gemini. Your guides are encouraging you to really put it out there. What's really going on at work? You might have a writing talent. Maybe you have people compliment you on your handwriting. You could be journaling. You could possibly have, you could be writing for profit. Something might inspire you this week to get back into a hobby. Somebody, I promise you, somebody is playing video games, Gemini. Maybe when you're trying to talk to them or whatever, and it might be kind of frustrating to you. What's going on with your work situation? Some of you might work with toddlers, or you have little young kids. What's going on with you? Oh, Gemini, I mentioned to you, you could possibly be getting news about a job, or you could be trying for a promotion this week. Okay, Gemini, you might be around some people at work that you might feel are unethical. Don't get caught up with these people, Gemini. Okay, because like I said, there's consequences for someone's actions in this situation. Someone could possibly this week be stealing money from you or lying to you about money. Okay, so you might have some uncertainty. Maybe there are certain situations, like I said, maybe you just don't know about somebody that's in your energy, especially at work. You don't know if somebody's an op, or you don't know whether or not somebody is genuinely on your side. You're going to see what you need to see about a particular situation connected to whomever this is. At work, your guides are definitely encouraging you to be persistent with something that you're putting your energy into, because as mentioned prior, you've got some good things to come. So something that you've been working on, they're really saying that even though maybe you feel like the underdog, Gemini, maybe you feel like your good work has gone unnoticed. Your guides are saying you've got some success that's coming through for you, but something is going to require you to be persistent. Something's going to require you to continuously work on a goal that you have. Not everybody needs to know about what these goals are, Gemini. So you might want to be very selective about who you kind of share this information with, and who you kind of maybe get advice from. Maybe you're going to get a coffee or whatever. Maybe you work at Starbucks or whatever. But coffee, tea, whatever this is, it just seems like maybe you're going to grab a coffee. I don't know. Maybe you're discussing something, talking something over with someone over coffee. But at work this week, I feel that there may be some ish starters, Gemini. People that are full of drama, people that are messy. You might feel kind of stuck at this job. You might feel that it's time to look for something else. Be careful about getting romantically involved with somebody at the job. It is your business, whatever you do. Gemini, a cross watcher, you do you. You do what makes you happy. But I only bringing it out because it seems like you got some nosy people that are in your energy, and this may draw some eyes that maybe you're not, some attention that maybe you weren't bargaining for. You weren't looking for this attention. Okay. Like I said, you're dating somebody at work, or maybe this is something that you're witnessing. Yeah. You're feeling trapped. It feels like some of you Geminis, like you want to move on to something else as far as your work is concerned, but you're not sure what to do or how to do this. So I see that some of you could possibly be looking for another job, and you possibly may get this job. Seems like employers may interview you. They may see the potential in you. And seems like maybe it really is genuinely time to get out of stagnation. So there might be an interview in your future, possibly. And like I said, it seems like you might be getting the job, but there might be a delay in you hearing back. So maybe there's some uncertainty. You're like, well, did they like me? Did I do well on the interview? This sort of thing. I think that you did. I think you express yourself well, Gemini. I think you're well spoken, and I think that people are impressed with you. I think that's a gift that maybe you underestimate about yourself, is your gift of communication. When it comes to your money, be flexible, Gemini. We talked about the universe coming in to help you with something, leaning into your faith. Yes. When I lean on certainty and faith, I change my mind about the way that I see the world. Like I said at the beginning of the week, there's a lot of uncertainty about things. Something is going to require you to lean into your faith. Where was I going with this? I kind of lost my train of thought. Be flexible. Allow the universe to work certain things out for you. Like I said, just because things seem kind of quiet or you're not getting the response that you need immediately doesn't mean that it's not working out, or that you're not going to get the response from something that you're looking for. I talked to you about dating on the job, okay? Maybe you're not interested in somebody. I don't know if this is like sexual harassment. There could be some misconduct in that way that could possibly be going on at work, Gemini. And be mindful of weird, unusual weather. And definitely be on the alert at work. Somebody could possibly be trying to assassinate your character, talk badly about you or whatever. It's like a character assassination. You're definitely under surveillance. Okay. Let's see what's really going on for Gemini. Why is somebody watching you like that? Oh, I mentioned to you, especially if you're dating somebody at work. Like I said, it may draw a lot of eyeballs, a lot of attention. You have a hater, Gemini. It's a competitor. You got somebody at work. It doesn't have to be at work, so listen to this with an open mind. But you do have somebody that's talking behind your back. Who cares? Maybe you do. Maybe it has something to do with somebody that you really care about. But chances are maybe not. So this may come up as a distraction. I mentioned to you unethical people, nosy people, people that want to get receipts on you. Be mindful of maybe falling, scratching yourself, limping, getting some sort of an injury, whatever. It seems like somebody is just really fixated on you. And maybe this week you might feel like you just need some time away from the job. You might feel like you just need a vacation this week, Gemini, because you're tired of being watched. But invasively. This isn't like somebody watching you out of curiosity. This is somebody watching you out of nosiness and wanting to know more information about you so that they can then go and spread that information to other people. Somebody's definitely getting back to you this week about a document. Or there's a follow-up that you may be making about a document in particular, some sort of paperwork. You might be getting into it with somebody at work, Gemini. I don't know. You might be giving somebody a piece of your mind. If somebody just does not know when to stop, Gemini. So I don't know. You might be cussing somebody out. You might feel that somebody's trying to silence you. Holy Spirit, anything else in closing for the Geminis? Somebody's doing dark magic on you. We talked about that. You're cutting yourself loose from this energy. or you're cutting ties with someone who is doing this to you. There's something that you want to achieve for yourself. Your guides are saying you might have to put in a little bit more effort, Gemini, to see the outcome of something that you're looking for, something that, an outcome that maybe you're frustrated with at the beginning of the week. If you're able to kind of put in some more, that's fine. If you're able to maybe put in some more effort towards something, you're going to see a situation turn around for you. Gemini. Whatever's going on with your living situation, it feels like it's temporary. You're moving. You might want to put some oil in your car, Gemini. Like I said, something's going on with your engine. You might need to get your car serviced. And there's definitely a situation, I promise you, where somebody is trying you, Gemini. And you might feel like you have to kind of what am I trying to say? Defend yourself. You got some success coming in. Like I said, it seems like you're climbing the corporate ladder. There's something, you're goal oriented. You're really going for it this week, Gemini. But somebody might be coming in with some disparaging words to maybe try to sabotage your, I don't know, your self-worth. Or that's just you. That's just the conversations that you're having with yourself. You're going to be receiving something this week. I mentioned to you maybe some insight from your guides. Definitely a package that maybe you've been waiting for may be delivered. Something about release and freedom, something to do with the courts or whatever. Something that was, like I said, you're frustrated about at the beginning of the week. Your guides come in to give you the insight to free you from something. To get yourself unstuck from some sort of sticky situation. I think that we've covered it all. Let's move on to the advice. Holy Spirit, what is it? What is the advice for? Be careful about misunderstandings too. Why am I hearing misdemeanor? I'm hearing Missy Elliott. Maybe somebody's name is Missy, but you know her stage middle name is Misdemeanor. This feels like this has something to do with a fine connected to a vehicle. You need to get to the court to pay off a ticket. Okay, because it definitely feels like something is hanging in the balance when it comes to court. Something that can be resolved. Relationships comes up for the second time in your reading. Relationships are just mirror images of your own life. How you feel and treat yourself, as well as how you react and respond to different situations and people around you. Be aware that every relationship is an opportunity for soul growth. I mentioned to you that earlier, maybe there were certain relationships in your life that hurt. Relationships that caused you to shut down. I mentioned to you earlier in the reading that something was a blessing. So, and there was a lesson attached to that. Every single situation has happened in your life for a reason. Random side note, before I forget about it. You might have a pet, Gemini. Pet might go missing. Or you're concerned about a pet for whatever reason. Spirit, show me the advice for the Gemini nation for the next 7 days. Congratulations on your new job, Vanessa. Healthcare can be a hard place to work. Enjoy the tranquility of water to remove stress. Immerse yourself in a soothing bath. Walk near a body of water or gently splash water on your face. The water is calling to you. Maybe you are cursed by the zodiac sign of Cancer. Maybe your moon sign is water, or whatever. It definitely seems that you're stressed out. We talked about that throughout the reading, that your guides are guiding you to free yourself from this stress. Because it feels like it might be causing other physical ailments in your body. Gemini. So it seems like what your guides are really trying to tell you is find a way to relieve this stress so that it's not showing up and manifesting in different ways in your life. Your guides are saying, have fun, Gemini. Stop When was the last time you had fun, Gemini? When was the last time you took a chance and did something silly? Something totally unlike you. Something just for the joy of it. It's long overdue for you to let go of your analytical mind. That sounds like Gemini. And give yourself and your soul permission to have fun. It doesn't appear that you're having fun, Gemini, or that you have. It just seems like life has been maybe pelting you a lot of curveballs. Things have been kind of difficult. Your guides are saying, again, free yourself. Free up your schedule. Free your mind. Go out and have some fun. Release your inner child. Your inner child has been neglected. Okay, but like I said, emotional situations may come up, Gemini, and it might be time to kind of deal. I was about to say delete. Maybe something might get deleted, maybe a file or whatever. But it seems like you've been blocking these emotions. Like, I don't want to feel that. I feel these feelings. I'm not going to deal with that. I'll deal with that later. Something is going to require you. Like I said, it might come up at the most inopportune times or the most maybe vulnerable times. Yeah. It might come in like a flood when it comes to your emotions. Something's going to require you to deal with it because, like I said, you're like, nope, I'm not going to deal with these emotions. I'm just not. All right. Synchronicity. Are you noticing the signs of synchronicity that the spirit world has been sending you to at this time? People and situations in your life are not just appearing by coincidence. In reality, they're being guided to you from the spirit world to help you for a specific reason. You might be noticing a lot of repeating numbers, Gemini. 888, for example. This definitely speaks to your financial situation. Your guides are definitely putting people in your path. So if this is not literally like an angel, but there's definitely like a messenger that your guides could be putting in your path this week to give you some sort of direction or guidance or insight, synchronicity to help you figure out and kind of fit together the puzzle pieces to kind of piece together your situation about the why of things, because it seems like, again, you're very analytical, Gemini. You might be just wanting to know, why is this happening? Or why did this situation play out this way? Or why did this person do this, X, Y, and Z? It just seems like your guides come in to kind of open the veil to remove the mystery to you. With that, Gemini Nation or Cross Watchers, this concludes your 7-day forecast with Angelic Ascensions. If you'd like to book a personal, you can book on my website, which happens to be AngelicAscensionsTarot.com. All right, Gemini Nation. Don't want to say goodbye to you. Have a beautiful, peaceful, and productive week, Gemini and Cross Watchers. I'll see y'all in the next one.